morning, dear students. In today's class, we'll see the module number 1, Laplace transform and inverse Laplace transform. So this Laplace transform is one of the very important transform for the engineering tool. Especially I can say that this Laplace transform is one of the language for engineering tool. So here we have two kinds of concept here. First we'll see what is Laplace transform, and next we'll see what is inverse Laplace transform. So this is a little bit a new concept for you people, but which a very interesting concept. So here, what do you mean by the Laplace transform? So in this we'll see the definitions of this Laplace transform. So definition says, if function f of t is real valued function. So here function f of t, see earlier we have seen in the algebraic concepts, always we are going to use f of x and all, function of x. So here in Laplace transform they are going to use function in terms of t. This t is nothing but time. This t is nothing but what here? Time. If f of t is real valued function defined for all t greater than or equal to 0, then Laplace transform is given by, this Laplace transform is given by, or I can say that denoted by L of f of t. So this L stand for a Laplace operator, okay, and is defined by L of f of t is equal to integration from t from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t into dt. So this is the definition of Laplace transform. So I'll repeat, if function f of t is real valued function defined for all t greater than or equal to 0. T greater than or equal to 0 means what here? The function of t always should be what here? Positive. Then Laplace transform of f of t denoted by L of f of t. This L stand for Laplace operator for the function f of t. T stand for what here? Time period. Is defined by what here? L of f of t is equal to integration t from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. And the resultant, so we are converting Laplace transform of function t in terms of s. So therefore this Laplace transform is also given by L of f of t is equal to small f dash of s or capital F of s, means all t will be transformed to a function of s. So all function of t will be transformed. So I can say that here, so t will be transformed to what here? S. This transforming from t to s is going to consider as what here? A Laplace transform of the given function. And equivalently, so we have seen in the heading inverse Laplace. So you just observe here. So if I shift this L to the right hand side, so it will become what here? L, if you cross multiply the right hand side, it will become 1 upon L. That 1 upon L can be written as L raised to minus 1. So I can say that L raised to minus 1 or L inverse, I will read it as L inverse of f dash of s is nothing but f of t. So if you shift this L to the right hand side, so f of t will be left here. So L inverse of f of s means this is going to called as what here? Inverse Laplace transform. So hope the concept is clear for the definition. So what is Laplace transform and what is inverse Laplace. So L inverse stand for what here? Operator for inverse Laplace transform. Next is linear property. Laplace of k times f of t. This k is a scalar quantity. So Laplace of k times f of t can be written as k times Laplace of f of t. So Laplace of k of f of t can be written as, means k you can keep outside and you can apply a Laplace operator to the given function f of t, or we can write this one as what here? K times this Laplace of f of t is also denoted as what here? Capital F of s. K times f of, means this is transforming from function f of t to what here? F of s. Similarly, we have one more linear property, that is addition. Laplace transform of f1 of t plus f2 of t can be written as L of f1 of t plus L of f2 of t, means operator you can separate it using addition. So this resultant can be written as capital F1 of s plus capital F2 of s, or if you, in other words, if you want, we can write this one as also as F1 dash of s plus F2 dash of s also, anyone, just for a understanding here. Next, very important is what here? So we have the very important concept, Laplace transform of some standard functions. So I can say that these are the standard functions, as well as I can say that one of the important formulas to run this Laplace transform as well as inverse Laplace transform. So just for how this operator is going to work out and all, so I will prove this one, but usually the formulas will be directly we are going to see, and as well as we are going to simplify. But just to begin with this Laplace transform, so how it works, I will just show two of the formulas proof, so that you will understand how it is going to be work out. So first question I will take here, and I can say that formula also, Laplace of a, first question, Laplace of a where a is a constant, means constant means a constant will come out here. For example, any numbers will come here, or any notations or Greek words I can say, those all things are going to consider as what here? Constants. So we know that by definition of Laplace transform, what is the definition of Laplace transform here? So Laplace transform of function f of t is given by integration t from, so Laplace transform means by definition of Laplace transform of f of t is given by t from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t into dt. Fine. But here if you compare, we are going to find the value of L of a. So in place of f of t we have a, so I can say that here f of t is nothing but a. F of t is nothing but a. So we'll apply here, wherever we have f of t you apply here, so it will become out how much here? So L of a is equal to integration t from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. So in place of f of t will replace a dt, and as we know that this a is a constant, so we'll keep out of the integral. So I'll write a times integration of t from 0 to infinity as it is e raised to minus st into dt. This a I have taken out of the integral. Now we need to integrate this integration of e raised to minus st between the limit 0 to infinity. So what will happen, we'll see now. So it will be a times integration of e raised to minus st is e raised to minus st we are going to integrate with respect to t. So s is a here const, will treat as a constant. So e raised to minus st divided by differentiation of minus st with respect to t is minus s. So limit from 0 to infinity. So therefore, so we need to apply upper and so what is integration here? Integration of e raised to minus st is e raised to minus st, and differentiation of this minus st is minus s. Under the integration it will come in denominator, and limit is from 0 to infinity. So now we'll apply upper and lower limit, and I will take 1 upon minus s, which is a constant. I will keep outside. So I will write as here minus this minus sign minus a upon s, and what left here, e raised to minus st 0 to infinity. Fine. So we'll apply upper and lower limit. So remember, e raised to, if you apply upper limit, e raised to minus times s infinity, that is e raised to minus infinity. E raised to minus infinity is 0. E raised to minus infinity is how much here? 0. Next, this is upper limit. Lower limit, e raised to, if you replace t is equal to 0, it will become out here e raised to minus s into 0. E raised to s into 0 is e raised to minus 0. E raised to minus 0 is nothing but e raised to 0. So I can say that e raised to 0 is nothing but what here? 1. So on simplification, this minus a into s is nothing but into 0 is 0. So minus minus plus, we are going to left with a upon s. So therefore, so result of here L of a, that is Laplace of a, which is constant, is given by a upon s. So remember the formula. So Laplace of constant is always constant upon s. This is one of the beginning formula for our Laplace transform. So you need to remember, so Laplace transform of a, which is a constant, or I can say in general Laplace transform of constant is constant upon s. Next example, Laplace transform of e raised to at. So we'll see. So all proofs will be based on definition. So by definition of Laplace transform, so you know that, so definition of Laplace transform is given by L of f of t is nothing but integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t dt. Okay, so this is 0 to infinity. So here you compare, in place of f of t, which function we have here? E raised to at. So f of t is nothing but e raised to at. So we'll apply in the definition, wherever we have f of t, will replace e raised to at. So we'll see what happens. So L of, instead of f of t, we'll write e raised to at, e raised to at again, which is equal to integration of 0 to infinity e raised to minus st as it is. In place of f of t, will replace what here? E raised to at into dt. Now, as per the algebraic concept, we need to simplify first. So this is also e, and this is also e. Bases are same. We can by using exponent formula. So if bases are same, we can add the powers. So we'll apply for that exponent formula here also. So 0 to infinity as it is, integration. So bases are same means e raised to minus st plus at into dt. Fine. So I can again take a t common and minus sign common. So we'll get what here? Integration 0 to infinity e raised to, I will take minus sign common and t common. So what left inside? S. So because I had taken minus sign common, this plus will become minus times a into dt. So therefore, now it will be easy for integrable. So integration of e to the function of t, any a constant s minus a, which we will consider as a constant of t. So integration, what happens here? So it will be e raised to minus times s minus a of t divided by minus times s minus a, limit from 0 to infinity. So e raised to, you consider as a constant times t, so this constant will remain as it is here. Fine. So e raised to minus times st s minus a into t divided by, so differentiation of minus times s minus a of t will become minus times s minus a. So therefore, so we got this integration. So once we got integration, we need to apply upper and lower limit. So 1 upon minus s minus a, that is minus 1 upon s minus a, I will keep outside, that is e raised to minus times s minus a of t, limit from 0 to infinity. So apply upper and lower limits now. So again, I will not go in detail. So minus 1 upon s minus a will keep as it is. So if you apply upper limit, that is infinity, in place of t we need to replace. So e raised to minus s minus a into infinity will be e raised to minus infinity. E raised to minus infinity is again 0. So we will write 0 here. Minus lower limit, replace in place of t as 0. So s minus times s minus a into 0 is 0. E raised to minus 0 is again e raised to 0. E raised to 0 is 1. So on simplification, if you apply, so we'll get what here? So this minus and this minus will become plus. So 1 upon s minus a. So therefore Laplace of e raised to at will be what here? The formula is s minus a. Similarly, I can write it as here Laplace of e raised to minus times at. Just compare here. If e raised to Laplace of e raised to plus times at is there, you will get minus sign here. If it is e raised to minus times at, we will get what here? 1 upon s plus a. So that, so here, so these are the formulas. So we have almost 7 formulas here. So proof I will not go in detail, just how these formulas are going to be work out, and how this Laplace results we are going to get. So to show that, so I have taken 2 of the formulas in detail. Fine. So with the help of this small introduction of Laplace transform, and 2 more important results which are going to be used in the Laplace transform, which one I have proved. So we'll go forward here in more detail in the next class with the list of the formulas and the respective problems based on this Laplace transform.